is how to make offers on listed properties. And I want to break this down so y'all understand the concept. Okay. So, and I got started. A lot of y'all know this if you're my students or been on some of my classes before. When I first got started back in 2008, you know, in the Great Recession, as that progressed, you used to be able to go on MLS at any time. All right. When I first started buying houses, if I wanted to buy 10 houses today, literally I could call my agent and find 10 listed properties to buy that were great deals right then and there. All right. By the time we got to 2011, 2012, that did not exist. All right. If you wanted to do deals, you had to be direct to seller. You had to be spending money on marketing. A lot of the things, you know, that we teach, right? A lot of the concepts that we teach. All right. Look, it's no secret. It's no secret. All right. Market is changing. The economy is changing. As a result, more supply is getting entered into the market, or rather it's staying on the market. And so there are great deals to be had for properties that are listed on the MLS. So we're going to break down how we're doing this in my business, utilizing this tool, how you guys can easily do this as well. How serious this is. I've locked up 2 deals today. All right. Using this tool. All right. So Benson, all right. I appreciate it. All right. I appreciate it. I've locked up 2 deals today using this tool. One that's going to be a hotel and another is going to be a fix and flip. So I'll probably break both of those down and kind of go over that. Benson created this piece of software that I've been using, I want to say for like a month, maybe a little bit longer than that. And it's look, it's a dope piece of tech. It's really simplified the process. I like it for finding actively listed properties, which I'm gonna let Benson break down in a little bit. And I also really like this tool for quick comps. All right, you guys that are my students, you know that I believe in, we don't do all that at the U. All right, we don't do all that 70% loan to our ARV. We ain't out here talking about repair costs and getting contracted. We're not contractors. All right, we like to make money at the U. We're not contractors. All right, we leave that to those people. All right, we use the as is method where we take a look at current valuations of properties, just like Kelly Blue Book, just like a car. You want to go sell your car right now? It's quite simple. You're going to look at what is the make and model of the vehicle, what type of, you know, trim package does it have on it, right? Does it have the technology package, the sport package, the luxury package? What is the condition? Is it in good, fair, and mint condition? And then you're simply going to go look at other cars that are on the market that are in the same condition, right? Have the same tech package or whatever the case might be. And you're going to determine what you think you can sell your car for. That's exactly how we evaluate houses. Exact concept. It's not rocket science. I had to make this simple, right? I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm just an investor. All right. So we made this simple. If you guys that are my students, you already use this strategy. I feel like Vincent was in my head when he made this piece of software, because literally running comps on here is literally that easy. All right. So we're going to go over that and break all that down. Guys, simple concept.
I do want to be clear as we're doing this that I'm not the inventor. I am one of the owners of the company. We've got really smart people on this team, Chris.
Sure.
And
Hey,
so
listen,
I just want to be clear about that.
it's okay.
This is an amazing tool, though.
It's okay. Benson, here's the thing. Sometimes people tell me stuff, right? And they'll give me like little things or something like that. You know what I always tell them? Hey, listen, I'm going to use this. I might get the credit, but it's a team win. It's really all of our win. All right, because I couldn't make it happen without you. So shout out all the developers. Shout out everybody that helped put this piece of tech together, guys. Building something like this is not easy. It's not cheap either. That's for sure. All right, so we're gonna break this down and go over it. All right, guys, we're gonna do Q&A at the end of this. All right, Benson has never been. He hasn't hung out with the U family before. He doesn't know. You know, we're not In-N-Out burgers over here. All right, we hang out. We're all about value. All right, we'll spend however much time we got to spend. We'll answer as many questions as possible. If Benson falls asleep, I'm gonna hold it down. All right, and we'll get it done. All right.
I won't. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. Let's do this.
All right. So guys, look, let's get into it. I'm gonna hand this over to Benson in a second. I want everybody to understand the strategy here. And show Benson some love in the chat if you don't mind, for taking some time out. It's Tuesday night. Look, this guy could be doing anything. All right. He literally could be doing anything. So show him some love in the chat for coming and hanging out with us, showcasing his software. I've held Benson hostage. All right. I've held him hostage. I told him, look, you coming to talk to my people, I need a deal for my folks, man. I need a deal to make sure that they can take advantage. Check this thing out and see if it makes sense. So make sure y'all show them some love. Y'all know how we do. Show Benson some love. Here's the concept. All right. This is what we're teaching and learning tonight. And this is going to be so simple. So I want you guys to make sure you got this. Okay. We're going to be breaking down how you can use this piece of software to do a lot of different things. So I want to give you guys some ideas of what we're talking about. All right. You can literally run a lot of your business quickly from this software. All right. So we're going to talk about how you can identify the best pockets of the market to be in. All right. This is a huge question. I get this question from y'all all the time. Y'all are like, hey, how do I know exactly what part of the market, what zip code, what city? Hey, I want to do this virtually. And y'all like, hey, how do I know if it's a good market? Literally with this tool, I can hone in on a market in like 5 minutes, and I can determine if it's a good place to work at and do business at. So Benson's going to break down how to find your market using this tool quickly. All right. And I'm not talking about just finding the city or the county. I'm talking about dialing this into the neighborhood. All right. To the exact geographic location that's hot, where the cash buyers are located at, because that's where we want to be to make money. Okay. We're also going to talk about how you can use this tool. And all the ways I'm describing, guys, is how I'm using it, by the way. All right. So y'all understand this. The other way that you can do this, okay, is you can use this particular tool to be able to locate properties that are actively listed on the MLS. All right. Evaluate them extremely fast. You're able to see before and after pictures of comparable sales. You're able to quickly see and isolate other fix and flip properties. We all know that the best valuations come from the top line of every market is generally going to be either newly constructed properties or renovated properties. We all know that. All right. This software helps quickly identify what are the newly renovated properties in the market. How much did the investor that sold that property, how much did they purchase it for? So we can quickly base our comps on that as is method and to really determine extremely fast how much we're able or willing to make an offer on a particular property. So Benson's going to break down how to utilize it to do that as well. The other thing that I really like about this tool, all right, you guys that are already my students, you already know how I rock. All right, I like simple business. All right, Benson, you probably can tell I'm a pretty simple guy. All right, I don't like to get a little too complicated. I'm not a tech developer, man. I just play with houses. All right. So look, here's what I like a lot about this software. When I got a deal that I want to sell, I can easily go in with this tool, isolate that same pocket where the deal is located again. I can identify a lot of the buyers, all right, that are already in that area as well. And I can quickly find either their LLC information, all right, where I can look them up and find those cash buyers, or I can very, very easily find their realtor who listed the property for them. And guys, we all know this. I've taught y'all this before. We can easily call up a realtor who's listed a renovated property. And if you say to that realtor, hey, I have a property nearby your most recent flip for your client, I wanted to put in front of it and see if if that's something they may be interested in. Guys, that we sell deals like that all the time. So let's jump into it. I appreciate y'all showing Benson some love. I appreciate y'all being in the building as always. Benson,
yeah.
you want to
Thanks for being here.
This thing? Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for the great intro. Like, you definitely brought the energy. I'm really like low key, kind of like, I'm always like this. I'm never like this. I'm never like this. I'm just like
No doubt.
always in the middle, and it's served me well through my life.
Yeah.
But people have a hard time judging like where I'm at, like if I'm pissed or if I'm like happy or what's going on. But it does work well in business, right? Because you
100%.
definitely don't want to be approaching business situations with a bunch of emotion.
Hey, hold on, Benson. Wait, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I didn't tell him to say this. I did not tell Benson to say this. All right, Benson, you know what I tell my students all the time? In business, there's literally no room for emotions. All right. You don't make emotional decisions to have a successful business. You make logical business decisions. My bad, Vincent. I just want to point that out.
That was serendipitous that we aligned there, because that's kind of how I approach it too. And I mean, there's a reason why we're here. Like, this is, we were introduced by Jamil, right? And for many, many years, there wasn't anybody out there that really thought the same way that I did when it came to on market that I knew of, right? and I didn't know everybody, but once we connected and I chased him for, like a year and a half, and I finally got him to see my vision. But the reason why I chased him so much is because I realized that we were vibing on like the philosophies of like how to find deals.
Yeah.
And you were talking about on market stuff, and on market's great. I think it's a great like low hanging fruit. You can make a systematic approach. It's not as unpredictable. You can create some consistency in your business and predictability, while you're figuring out everything else, like the whole, the marketing side of the business. Because marketing to off market, I mean, it's ups and downs, and there's ebbs and flows, and it can be a challenge. With on market, if you use a tool like what we have, and if you use the strategy, so we have a strategy, we call it the reverse REI strategy. It basically is reversing the approach based off of what other investors are already doing in their business. So you begin with the end in mind and you work backward. And what that is like you mentioned it earlier, is finding those hot areas, Chris. When you target those hot areas, what happens is you have all these flipped properties. And what it does is it turns the unrenovated houses in that neighborhood into deals.
Right.
So you can make that work in a hot investor activity area, but it won't work in low investor activity areas. You can't do as many on-market deals in Cody, Wyoming, or Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or El Paso, Texas. Like those are areas where this strategy may not work, because it's the flips that turn the unrenovated homes into opportunities that you can find on the MLS. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you, and I'll be able to break it down.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And guys, listen, pen, paper, pay attention. All right. Take notes on how to do this. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all, this is not something like y'all seen before. I don't bring anybody in our group, no BS. All right. I'm telling y'all, I'm actively using this. I locked up 2 contracts today, literally using this exact process. All right. Benson, go ahead, man.
Amazing. So you guys, just to kind of low down on the data sources. So one of the things that makes this as a powerful platform as it is in this approach is that we've got direct to MLS data. So there isn't any other platform out there that has direct to MLS. We got some great competitors that you know their names. But what we do is we go and we negotiate direct to MLS data contracts, so that we have the most accurate, up-to-date information with photos and investor-friendly agent information, and it updates live, right? So you'll know like price reductions. You'll know if a property, like a status change, and those are sorts of things you can only get from MLS. So wherever you see blue is that direct to MLS data. The pink ones are the ones that we're working on. So we got a whole team of compliance people who are out negotiating, getting contracts in place, getting the data to come in. And so pretty soon we're going to have about 80% of all the major US populated cities. But what we're doing is we're targeting the high investor activity areas. So we're going and getting direct to MLS in the areas you should be looking for deals, right? Where you see yellow and gray is the third party areas, but we also have public record data nationwide. So that's owner information, mortgage information, deed data, also off market leads. So you can get off market leads from our system as well, like foreclosures, absentee owners, vacancies, tired landlords. There's a list of like good stuff that you can also do in conjunction with your on market if that's what you decide to do. But there's 3 kind of main things that you should consider when choosing a market to target. The first thing is you want to be in a high investor activity area, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. But if you can get a high investor activity area to align with one of these blue areas where we've got direct to MLS, you're going to be able to up your game. You're going to have more boxes checked to be able to execute the strategy. The third thing is boots on the ground. If you happen to live in an area that has direct to MLS and has high investor activity and you're your own boots on the ground, that's great. But the boots don't have to be yours. They can be your buddies, or they can be somebody from the U group, right? Everybody here, like you guys all work together. Somebody can walk by a house for you and just make sure it's not falling over, or you can use an agent to do that for you. So if you can have those 3 things work, that's the optimal situation on where you want to use to go and find your target areas. So right here at the top, we've got these easy buttons. So if I click this one that says fix and flip, this is going to plot on the map where all the fix and flips that have happened in the last 12 months. Now, I'm not trying to tell you like you need to go do a fix and flip, but we all know the best way to measure a deal is to say, is the percentage of ARV, right? The lower the percentage, the better the deal is. And you literally can't prove after repair value on a house that you're evaluating unless there's a fix and flip that's a comp in the same neighborhood, which lends to the fact why you shouldn't be looking for deals in areas where you don't see blue. Could you stumble into a deal? You might be able to stumble into a deal in Selman, Idaho. But that's not what we're in this business for. You're in this business. There's a reason why you're part of Chris's organization and community, is because you see this as a way of generating wealth and building a business that you can, change your life with, right? So if you want to get there, there's a major decision on where to look. Like I believe that most people that fail, one of the biggest contributors to their failure is they're looking in the wrong area. They're looking where they live, right? And if you live in Selman, Idaho, you're creating problems for yourself. So where you should be looking is where you see large circles with high numbers. That's where all the fix and flips are at. That's all the data that you're going to be able to use to help you understand after repair value for your property and prove to yourself so that you can actually come up with a solid offer and prove that to a buyer, and also maybe eventually prove it to an appraiser, right? If you don't have that solid data, then you're creating problems for yourself. So don't go to areas where there's low investor activity. Okay, that's the end of that. That's, if there's one thing you take away from this, that should be it. So some of the areas you should consider are areas like Kansas City, St. Louis. I actually happen to be sitting in St. Louis right now. I live in Denver, but I started buying stuff virtually from Colorado in St. Louis because it was a high investor activity area, and I was looking to add another market to my my portfolio. Oklahoma City, Dallas, Fort Worth. Look at that, over 2,000 deals. Nashville is a pretty hot market. If you're looking in Florida, you're going to want to be in Middle Florida. So like right in here in the Tampa area, St. Pete, Sarasota, that area is the hottest in all of Florida. Second probably is Jacksonville. Okay, and then as you go a little further north, another market you should definitely consider is Atlanta. Atlanta is always popping. For a long time, that was the area that had the most hedge fund buyers, but they've since slowed down a little bit there. We move up north here. If you're going to North Carolina, Charlotte, that's probably the hottest market up in here until we get up into the East Coast, where Philadelphia is the hottest greater city in the whole United States. Philadelphia. Pittsburgh is decent. Cleveland, Indianapolis is another hot market. So those are just some of the ones you should consider, okay? But what I'm hoping you'll do is you'll get the software, and then you'll be able to drill down a little bit more and find that market that makes sense for you, where we can get those 3 boxes checked: high investor activity, direct to MLS, and then boots on the ground. Anything to add to that, Chris?
Yeah, let me just say this too. You touched on this, but I really want to emphasize it, guys. I often talk about, because there's this thought, right, Benson, that I think a lot of people have, especially people who are newer. They have this perspective that there's some monumental climb to virtually wholesale. And I promise all of you that doesn't exist. If you are in areas where you go inside of here and you see that there's just not stuff happening where you're at, it is extremely easy, especially if you're one of my students. You guys already know how we're connected. You already know how we do deals together. We have the JV space where you can connect with everybody. Guys, you got to make sure that you are paying attention to what is happening in your market, and that there's enough activity taking place for you to make money consistently and do business. So again, respect to anybody who's in, wherever in Iowa, Benson, you were talking about, right? Or, I don't know, someplace in South Dakota. All right.
Right.
Shout out to South Dakota. All right. Never been. I'm sure it's a great place. But if there's not a lot of activity happening there with investors where money can actually be circulated, why would I want to be there trying to do business? So I want y'all to really grasp that, really understand how simplified this tool makes this process, and quickly picking and understanding your virtual market, drilling down, which Benson's getting ready to show you, on exactly where within the market the sub-markets exist and the pockets exist to do business. And you can really start to turn up and make some things happen.
100%. And as you start to drill down, it's really simple here. You're just clicking and it's zooming in automatically. And we'll get clarification about where in Philadelphia. And I like how Chris put it, so that there's these sub-markets and there's pockets. So I'll drill down even further. We call these clusters because we do that for speed, but also to give you a visual indication of where these areas are at. Because a lot of the data platforms that are out there, like they're going to give you a graph, like some bar graph with a line going up and to the right, or like some spreadsheet. And I look at that, and I'm like, man, I don't even know how to make a decision based off of that. But with this, if I can say, okay, here's the hot area, I just kind of zoom in onto the big number. Like we're trying to make it really super simple for you. Like it's really visual. And then those clusters break up. And then as soon as you get a little bit closer here, we got South Philadelphia, right? Fresh Prince.
There you go. Guys, let me know in the comments, man. Are you guys picking up what Benson's putting down right now? Are y'all realizing what's happening right here? How insane this is? Literally, we just drilled down into South Philadelphia. We can literally see the exact neighborhoods that I would need to target to pull data. And I can use this software to create a list. All right. Benson's going to show you guys how to literally create a list of this exact pocket from the software. Look how fast we were able to just go in here, drill down into our market. We're in South Philadelphia. I can see, hey, look, all right, Devil's Pocket. I can see Point Breeze. I can see Little Saigon. I can see Society Hill. I can see where things are taking place at, literally block by block. This shit is insane. All right, Benson, go ahead and rock and roll.
The other thing I want to mention is that these initial parts of the strategy do help your off-market marketing as well. So if you're already doing off-market, then this is where you should be driving for dollars. This is where you should be pulling lists of foreclosures. This is where you should be pulling lists of absentee owners. So we'll help your off-market marketing strategies be more effective. Because if you're just pulling lists based off of convenience and what's familiar and what's comfortable based around like where you live, you're pulling properties where maybe somebody calls you off a postcard and they're like, well, what will you buy my house for? And you look at it and there's no flips around it. Well, guess what you have to do? You have to lowball them. You have to give them a lowball offer to make the numbers work, because the values in a neighborhood where all the houses are unrenovated, when you say the percentage of ARV, the ARV has to be based off of unrenovated homes. So you want to be in these renovated areas. So all of a sudden now I can offer more for the simple fact that it was a flip down the street. So let's look at a couple of these. So over here on the left, you can see how actually up to date our data is. This house right here in Mildred, this closed today, you guys. You want up-to-date information. You want the best data at your fingertips. This house literally closed today. So I pop this property up. This opens up this report. We call this comparative market analysis, and people call it a CMA. It's just a fancy word for a property report. But we put all this stuff in one place for you, so you don't have to be going to all different random websites. And I'm an agent, I'm licensed. And for me to build one of these with my 20 years of experience and with my MLS data would take me several hours to do. And it's not fun, and it's sucking me away from my money-making activities, but we're building this for you. So as you can see here, we got the photos, right? You're not going to get that from one of our competitors. They just don't have the photos because they don't have direct to MLS. And then you scroll down here. If you're licensed, we can show you the agent and office information. If you're not licensed, we can't show that to you right now. That's just the rules. Below that, the system automatically pulls comps. So the system uses the major property characteristics like bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, stories, property type, property style to build the comp set. And we also pull in rental comps, because some of the best buyers, you guys, are landlords, not just flippers. Landlords will pay a higher percentage of ARV, and they're not 100% motivated by getting a huge discount. They're also motivated by cash flow. And so if you're in an area that has rental data like this, then you can say, oh, you know what? I'm going to start pulling in some absentee owner lists and going after those potentially. Below that is the property that was flipped itself. So we bring in the before and after data on this. If the property was purchased from the MLS, we show it over here on the left. We would show you the MLS ID, and then we would have the photos. This one was actually acquired off market. They bought it for $125. They sold it for 273,000. They got it at 46% of the ARV. So us looking at that is more than just seeing the data. This is the local market education. This is what teaches you what a deal is in your target market. Chris is an amazing coach, right? He isn't the one that should be telling you what a deal is in Philadelphia versus Dallas versus Seattle versus Denver, because it's all different. This is the kind of education you can't get from YouTube University or Facebook or a podcast or a book. Like this is the nuts and bolts of telling you what a deal is. Because once you understand what a deal is, then you'll be able to identify one the next time it smacks you in the face. But what's happening likely right now is you're getting hit in the face with potential deals and you just don't know because you haven't done the local market research to inform you where the bar has been set. But this is a deal, right? 46%. Now, not one property is going to make sure that you know the whole area. But what I teach people is look at the last 10, 20, 30 deals in your target area to get a foundational understanding of what is going on in that market, and then drip stuff to you as it goes on. But at some point, you'll figure out what a deal is. This is also how you're going to build your buyers list. So iProp Philly LLC is a buyer that's buying properties in Philadelphia in 19148. We also know an example of a house that meets their buying criteria, their buy box. They'll buy 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,040 square foot, row home in this zip code. So you already have intelligence about the buyer before you even talk to them. And honestly, sometimes it'd be difficult for a buyer to actually give you what their true buy box is, because they're wondering, like, who is this person that's calling me? Like, do I know them? Do I trust them? Like, are they going to waste my time? And so, they play hard to get a little bit at the beginning, but you can leverage these comparative market analysis reports when you're doing your buyer outreach. And you can use these as a way of like opening a conversation. You might call up a buyer. Maybe you would Google this, right? You could search Google. It might pops up on Open Corporates or Dun and Bradstreet. You find a director or one of the agents of the business, and then you go and you look on True People Search, and then you got a phone number. You call them up, and you're like, hey, listen, iProp. Look, I saw you just close that deal on South Mildred Street in Philly. It looks awesome, like just fantastic job on the renovation. I really like the way you painted that front door. Like I never thought that a sea foam green door would look good in Philadelphia, but it does. Right, it looks awesome. But the reason why I'm calling is because I'm operating in that market and I come across deals all the time, and I'm just really looking to connect with buyers that are actually doing business in this kind of uncertain market. And it looks like you're taking action, and that's who I want to work with. Are you currently looking for deals? How can I help you? Right. So that conversation goes way better when you leverage the data than if you just call them up and say, hey, you want to be in my buyers list? And they're like, oh yeah, just text me your info and I'll get back with you. Right. And then click, and then they never talk to them again. But when you leverage the data, you're suddenly elevating yourself in their minds as someone who brings value. You sound like you know what you're talking about data, you've done your research, you're giving them a compliment, like all things that you can do to build rapport quickly, and then shorten that timeline before they're willing to like say, all right, here's what I'm looking for, right? That's the strategy. So that's just one example, right? Here's one that closed. Man, there's such a wide range
and I
of
want to make
prices
sure
here.
you guys understand. Look, we talk about how to sell deals now is, can you just post it on Facebook Marketplace? Can you just blast it to your email buyers list, text out to your buyers list? Sure. All right. But we're trying to operate within speed, right? And we're trying to disposition assets, these deals, literally as quickly as possible. Who better to do that with than the people that are actively flipping, renting in the exact market where your deal is located? Because look, when you hit your entire email list, you're hitting everybody, regardless of what pockets of the market they like to invest in, what state or city they're in. What I love about this is, guys, you can have a VA on your team whose sole responsibility, right, is just to, and we do this ourselves, right, in my company, right, having somebody that their job as a VA is simply to go and source out where the pockets of buyers are at in association to your deal, going in here and looking up either who the realtor is, again, that listed the property, and contacting them. You guys know the strategy, telling the realtor, hey, you can put 3% of your commission on top of my asking price. That works. Or just go to the buyer direct and start to form and build a relationship with them as well. Look up who owns the LLC, Google it, go on Open Corporates, whatever you've got to do. All right. And then you're talking to the exact person that's flipped the house 5 doors down from you. All right. Let me know in the comments. Are y'all picking up what's happening with this right now? Are y'all understanding what we're showing y'all and how crazy this is? If y'all are with me and following along, give me a lightning bolt, a fire flame emoji, a 1. Give me something in the chat so I know y'all are here, man. There we go.
I love it. Someone dropped diamonds.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, VBS only, man. VBS only. I love it. I love it. There we go, guys. There we go.
Yeah, that's solid information right there. You know, and again, this is all information that is within the platform that will help you guys step up and execute Chris's strategy that he teaches, right? It's all optimization and efficiencies to help so you can focus on money-making activities like writing offers, right? Writing offers. Chris mentioned earlier about the comping, right? Like we have that direct to MLS data here in the system. So the comps are pulled automatically for you. You can adjust them. You can adjust the settings here. So like if you want a wider delta for the square feet, or if you want to look at 2 stories as well, or if you want to make the comp radius, a mile, or, in Philly, you might even go down to like a 1/4 mile. You can adjust all of that. So you can really drill down and make sure you're zeroing in on the exact comparables that you need to decide the as is value, but also more importantly, the after repair value. But I want to point out something that's really interesting. And this is part of the local market education, but I call it local market realities. Chris said earlier that you guys don't do the 70% MAO formula, and that's great. However, you still may not understand like where a deal is for a certain market. And sometimes you can look at the solds and be like, check this one out right here. So this house was flipped. They bought it from the MLS, right? So here's the before pictures. So you can see what it looked like before they flipped it. They bought it for $259. They sold it for $635. This was an on-market deal that they got at 41% of the after repair value. That's 5% less than that first house that we looked at that was acquired off market. So even within like the first couple of properties, we already learned something about this market. We can get on market properties on a better deal, right? Using percentage of ARV as the measuring stick than people who are doing off market. And guess what off market people are doing? They're pulling lists, they're skip tracing, they're cold calling, they're doing ringless voicemail, they're paying for a big CRM, and they're on the phone chasing people and trying to reach them. What do they say? 10 to 12 times before you get a deal under contract, and then likely failing, right? Whereas if you just found this property before these guys did, you would have gotten this at 41%, 5% lower than that last deal that was purchased off market. 0 marketing costs. That's mind blowing, you guys. Like you should be falling out of your seat right now to know that you can actually find deals like this using an algorithm with zero marketing and very little effort. They're there. It's absolutely amazing. So this is again part of that local market education. If you're looking to find agents, and when I first started doing deals in St. Louis, I didn't have boots on the ground, but I needed boots. So what I did is I went and I looked at all the agents that were working with flippers, and I started calling them and explaining to them what my model was. And pretty soon I was able to get it down to this agent named Nika, and she became my eyes and ears and boots on the ground. So whenever I find a property that I like, I share the CMA with her using the sharing tool at the top. I just email it to her, and she can click this link and it'll open up on her phone or on her computer, and then she can see all the comps. And I would just put in there like, listen, I think the ARV is 500 grand. I want to do a full price offer. I want to do a 30-day close, $500 earnest money deposit, like a 3-day earnest money deposit deadline, and then she would just submit it. But what she would do as well is go and look at that house for me. And she'd take photos for me, and she would get back and she'd be like, hey, Benson, the roof's shot. Like, we need to get this $20,000 cheaper for the numbers to work. Or she would say, you know, the foundation's crumbling. We can, you know, probably get that fixed for the XYZ, but here is the number of a local foundation contractor who can give us a quote. Like, I had that because I was calling the agent. So right here, well, there's 3 places. At the very bottom, Michael Pascarella, I think I got that right on the first try. Michael Pascarella is an investor-friendly agent because he represented a flipper. It's not easy to represent flippers. Like, you got to earn their trust. You got to earn their business. But if I was going to go do deals in Philly, I'd be reaching out to Michael to see if he wants to help me execute that strategy. So that's another one. So we would spend time going through and looking at all these. Like, there's so much. It's fun to do too, you guys, because it actually shows you. Sometimes you look at the business and you're wondering, like, is anybody even really having any success? Is anyone really closing deals? Yeah, look at all these people. There's 172 people in South Philadelphia that are making money. And many of these properties you guys could have gotten if you had been using this strategy recently, but now you know. And so we're going to help you get on board with the plan. Let's say you did live in Philly and you want to go drive around and look at properties, right? Maybe you're looking for that unrenovated house with the grass overgrown and the mail falling out of the mailbox. Well, we've got a mobile optimized version of Privy. And so you can just pull Privy up right on your phone or on your screen. You just enter the address, and then Privy will pull comps and build a comparative market analysis for any house. You just type in the address. So that's how you're going to be able to do that analysis that Chris was talking about earlier. You can also, again, create lists. So Chris said, if you wanted to build a buyer's list, I can actually download all of these buyers into a spreadsheet by clicking this download button, and it will export it into a CSV file. We actually give you 10,000 downloads per month that you can use for whatever you want. Buyers lists, off-market leads, maybe you're just doing market research and you want to, you know, look at some trends. It's up to you, but you just a simple click and that'll put it into a spreadsheet. If you wanted to pull a list of, say, like absentee owners, maybe you wanted to go after absentee owners as buyers, or maybe you wanted to use them as potential sellers as well. You just, you know, isolate the area you want. We got a drawing tool here, and you can kind of just draw where you want this zone to be. And then I can come up here to the filter, and I'll pull a list of absentee owners. So I'm going to reset this. I'm going to click absentee owners. I want all of the absentee owners in this market, anything that's off market. And oh, if I'm looking for sellers, maybe I don't want them to like have sold that property before, let's say, like 2020. Right, so that gives them like 3 years to get in a situation where they might want to sell. Right, so now I got absentee owners. So this is the way you can pull lists. You want to make sure you're pulling lists from the specific areas where the activity is. That way you've got the data that you need to prove after repair value to yourself, so you know what offer to write, but also prove to your buyers. Okay, so let's go back here, and I want to show you the next step on how simple it can be to find on-market deals. So let me zoom out a little bit. So here are those areas. Now we actually have a patent pending on this one, Chris. I think I told you that. So we got a patent pending on this reverse strategy, which what it does is it takes all of these closed deals and it uses as a model of what a successful deal looks like. And then we reverse engineer it, and then we're able to find deals that we can buy today, but at our defined discount. Now, the default is set to 75%, but we saw some people that were at like 40 something, and we would probably found, you know, people at like 60% and 50% is if we would have done more research. But let's just say we set it to 50%. So we can use the comping algorithm to find properties that are already at a discount. So we come in here, we go 50%, and let's say, for example, too, one of our buyers, we talked to them and they say, you know, we don't want to spend more than 250,000, right? So we can essentially build their buy box right in the sheet here, and then we can set automation to search for those. So if I wanted to save this, give it a name, and I got a buyer and it's what iProp Philly LLC, we would just call this iProp Philly LLC deals. And then every time we get an email, we know it's for them. And we can get alerts up to every hour. So depending upon how active you are, you can be getting deals like you check in the morning and there's not a deal. Well, at noon, if you're on your lunch, you get an email alert. You can go in there and you can look at it real quick and then shoot it off to your agent or contact the listing agent, make an offer. So let's check out what's available here. So active, there's a status, 50%, less than 250.
Guys, think about this concept here. Okay. Think about this. You can literally go in and set up parameters. So you can call your top buyers, say your top 5, top 3, top 5 buyers in your market. Look, all of us have those buyers. There are go-to buyers. All right. We can go to them and say, what is your hard buy box, right? What are the parameters in which, if I can bring you a deal, it's a deal to you all day long, and you're going to pick it up and purchase it? What are those parameters? You can literally go in here, plug that information in, create a search attached to their name. And every time a property becomes available that fits within that, it's going to send you an alert and let you know. So you can literally jump on it right away. Because look, guys, you know, the buyers aren't tracking it like we are. They're not on top of it actively all day, every day like we are. They don't even know about this software. This is a cheat code that I'm giving y'all tonight. This whole thing is a cheat code to making money. I can build in the parameter for them. I can literally then go in and have this alert coming to me by email every hour, every couple of hours, once a day, whatever. And I'm always going to be first to know the exact deal type that my best buyers are looking for are available, where I can go get them under contract, negotiate, and get them at a great price, and then go take those deals to my buyers and make money. I mean, how much easier could it be? Y'all let me know if y'all are getting this, man. Maybe y'all not catching the flow right now. All right. Maybe y'all not really catching the flow right now. All right. Y'all want to make money or not, man? You know, I'm always going to show y'all the real. I'm always going to show you how to make money. Let me know. Let me know.
So let's look at some of these properties that popped up that we identified as deals, right? So what we're comparing is the price of the house to the price of the comps. And if there's comps that are over about 400,000 for this house, that's why we flagged it as a potential deal, right? Because we said 50%. So, you know, this one right here, it's 200 grand. All right, 200,000, 1760 square feet. If we scroll down here into the comparable section, what we're doing is we're comparing those prices. So you can see the numbers here. Here's the sold data. So 200, we said we wanted stuff over 400. The closest sold fix and flip went for 505, right? This one went for 425. This one went for 440, 450. We get this one for 200,000. So the percentage of ARV on this house that took me a minute to find is lower than 50%. I didn't have to cold call or skip trace or send out an expensive mailing campaign. Privy literally found this thing and pulled that needle out of the haystack without having to go and do any, you know, complicated off-market marketing stuff. Okay. And then what we can do is like, and check this out even. This guy right here that flipped this house, he bought his for $285,000. So he was literally willing to pay $85,000 more than we can get our property for. $85,000 more, or actually, yeah, he sold it for 505. So come down here to the before and after. His was an on-market deal too, right? So here's the cool part. This is a buyer. So one of the cool things is you can reverse engineer buyers too. We do is we look at all the fix and flippers of the houses that we're finding here, and now you got additional buyers you can buy. This buyer here, this flipper who did this deal, he will buy on-market deals. So Chris, how do you face that when you're talking with buyers, right? Like some buyers are like, oh yeah, I only do off-market, or, you know, I'll do on-market. Like, I'm not sure how you guys teach that, but we're able to identify like who will buy on-market deals just by simply looking at the deals themselves.
Yeah, and for me, look, it's a simple question. Yeah, hey, look, man, you know, on market, off market, Benson, if I can bring you a deal and it fits your criteria, it fits your numbers, are you saying that because it's on market, you wouldn't want to buy it? Right? I'm just
Right.
asking the tough question. And based on their response, and then we're going to know how to manage them internally going from there. But at the end of the day, all right, we want to make this workable for our buyers, and we want to make sure that we're fitting those criteria. So I think you're spot on with that as well.
So here's the other thing, you guys. We know that this guy is willing to buy a property from the MLS up to 56% of the ARV. So up to 56%. We know that because he just did it. So I don't have to like probe and like wonder what his buy box is. This house right here, based off of these numbers that I'm looking at, is certainly lower than 50%, but let's just be extremely conservative. Like, look at these. We got some of these down in the 30% range. Let's just say we would, well, we want to try to get him a little bit of a deal, right? Let's say we offered 190 on it. So if we offer this for 190, all right, and then we put a $5,000 assignment fee on it, right? Not getting too greedy. We didn't have to do any marketing to get it. We found it with Privy. It's super simple. Plus 5,000 is 195. If we turn this over to our buyer for 195, he's going to feel like he got a good deal. And if we divide 195 by the ARV, which, you know, this, it kind of varies here, but even if we're conservative, you know, we say, you know, 505,000. That's all the way down to 38% of the ARV that this guy can get this property at. You don't think he's going to be excited when we know he already was willing to buy a house at 56% of the ARV? Like, you guys, it doesn't get any easier than this. We found the buyer. We found, you know, all those other buyers. We were able to do our local market research. We were able to find this property in no time at all. The data is overwhelming. All the blue here says it's lower than 50%. And there's lots of rental data here too. So maybe we go in and we pull an absentee owner list and we can find on market, not on market, but absentee owner buyers as well. This is a deal. So I'm actually going to share this with the group. I'm going to put this in the chat, and I would love if somebody went and wrote an offer on this thing. Who wants this? Who wants this deal? Let me know in the chat if you want this deal.
Guys, this is how easy and simple it is to use this thing and find deals, man. This is how simple it is.
So on this, if you decide you want to take action, the agent is Mitchell Cohen. So you're just going to do a quick Google search, you'll find Mitchell Cohen. But yeah, it's in Philly. Or you could use your own agent, right? Remember I showed you how to find those other agents earlier, right? So that's Mitchell Cohen. So that's just one. It didn't take us very hard to find that. This one's at 199. Look at this mess. Right, this stuff is difficult to look at, but this is what buyers are looking for. They want properties they can add value to. So we can add the comparables in this one.
All the charged up might be calling Mitchell and Philly tomorrow. All the charged up might be calling in there.
Now this one's interesting. This doesn't have. This is a really small house. It's only 784 square feet. So that we only found one comp here that says it's a deal. So that might not be enough for me to make a move on it. But look at all these landlords over here. There's a lot of landlords. So you don't have to get it at 50% if you can find a landlord who knows that he can cash flow, you know, $300 a month on a property, right? So this one I wouldn't go after for a fix and flip buyer, at least not at asking price. I might have to get it down to like 150 to make the numbers work. Alexis, is there any difference between assigning listed properties compared to off market? No, there's not. There's just one thing that you have to make sure you're considering is the timelines. So with on market, there's kind of like some understood timelines where you have your marketing, and that's typically the inspection period. So inspection period on average is right around 10 days. So you just want to be conscious of being able to get that thing assigned within that 10-day period. And then if you don't, then you'll either have to cancel the contract or jeopardize losing your earnest money deposit.
Yeah, real quick on that, guys, like I've taught you all as well. All right. When it comes to properties that are listed on market, I highly encourage you to simplify the business and increase your conversion to contract ratio. to use whatever the standard MLS contract is for that particular locality. You can add and/or assigns to the buyer name. If there's an issue where the agent, sometimes we run into agents, right, that don't like wholesalers. They see and/or signs. They don't want to do deals that say and/or signs are on, our 2-page contracts and stuff like that. Then simply double close it. All right, simply double close it. Build the cost of the closing cost into your numbers, and make it work.
Yep. So here's one other deal. I just wanted to show you guys. This one you can buy it for 85 grand. And then look at, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 flips in the neighborhood. So remember, because I wanted you to target these high investor activity areas because it increases the chances that you're going to have a flipped property. And when you go and start marketing this to your buyers list, if you can show them flips instead of houses that weren't flipped, or maybe the ones that are just updated, it makes it easier for you to dispo. So that's, again, one of the reasons why you want to target high investor activity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flips that we were able to identify. There might be other renovated houses here, but when we're looking for flips, we're looking for 2 transactions that happen in an 18-month period, and that property goes up in value. So, if it was outside of 18 months, or if there's some other difference that, this house right here that went for 355, it's right down the street. It's the same house as this. Look at it. It's the exact same 1440 square feet, 940 or 1940 build date. It's only a 3-1. Ours is a 4-1. If we open that property up and look at it, I was hoping there'd be some good pictures there. We can't tell for sure what happened to it, but it sold for 355. That one might be an anomaly, but plenty of data here to prove ARV on this property. And buyers love that. And so when I go and market my deals, you can use these sharing links. So if I want to, use this property right here as evidence of what the ARV is, then I just open that property up, and then I click the sharing link, and then I send this link out with my marketing email. And I would hyperlink this right into this in the email. So when they click it, they can go right to the property. They can see the photos and they can see everything there. So it's real interactive, and any way that you can help your buyers to connect the dots and help them take action is where you want to be. So what's our timeline looking like, Chris? Should I look at another market, or do you want to
Yeah, let's I'm hanging out, man. Let's do another market. Guys, if you have questions, all right, put it in the Q&A box. All right, put it in the Q&A box and we'll get to them. I posted the link. If you want to sign up for this, I've posted the link in the chat box as well. A question would be, you're in Kansas City, I believe, right? What about non-disclosure areas? How does this work for a non-disclosure market, something like that?
It works great in non-disclosure.
And guys, this is what I want y'all to understand. Because guys, look, when we talk about non-disclosure markets, we're not talking about MLS access data. We are talking about public record data when we're having the conversation about a non-disclosure market. What Privy is doing here is pulling direct feed of data from MLS. We saw a property earlier. All right. We literally saw a property earlier where, I mean, literally, right, it had sold today and was updated within the system. You can't get any fresher than that. Benson, you kind of want to speak to kind of how that works?
Yeah. So with MLS, Chris is exactly right. We don't have to play the public record non-disclosure rules, right? So like this house right here, this is a non-disclosure state, right? So this house is available. We flagged it as a potential deal. If I look at the comparables, in this house here that was flipped, if I open that property up, we have all the photos, we got the actual sold amount, and we have the property details. Like there are some counties that are so non-disclosure, they won't even show you the number of bedrooms that are in the houses, right? But we got the price, we got the photos, and we got all the property data for this market. Dallas is another one of those. Well, actually all of Texas is just like that. And we've got the 4 major cities in Texas. We got Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Houston, and all their surrounding areas. Like for the Houston one includes like Beaumont, and the one from Dallas includes like Waco and some of the surrounding areas. So this one's a deal too, right? 49 grand. And we got flips that are happening at 154, 153, 175, and this is going to be right around 30% of the ARV. Absolutely insane. It could take you months and months to find a property that low at a percentage of ARV. But because the high investor activity areas and because the way the algorithm works, it's just going and plucking these things right out. 76 grand. And this one was flipped and it's pending at 164. It hasn't sold yet. This one's pending at 149. But these two sold for 144 and 150. So we're solidly right around 50 to 55% for this one in Kellam. So I'll share this one with the group too, so you guys can check this one out. And again, I would love if you guys write offers on these and you take action and something happens, let Chris know.
100%. Let's do this. Also, guys, let's drop a couple markets. Give me a market that some of you guys are working. All right. And let's look at the market right now. See what it looks like.
Yeah, so somebody said
might not be in a good market.
Yeah, right. I'm looking at some of these. Someone said Indy, Atlanta. Those are both good markets.
Yeah, Richmond, VA, good market. New Orleans is a good market. Greensboro, you know, somebody give me some markets. What do you guys got? All right, good. Do Buffalo, New York. Okay, do you guys got? Can we do Buffalo, New York?
Yeah, let's do Buffalo.
I haven't heard somebody say Buffalo, New York is their market. So let's check that out. All right. Let's see what's happening, guys. Drop some markets. Let's see what's happening in some of these markets. Let's see if some of y'all in the right market, the wrong market. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, so this market happens to be direct to MLS.
Yeah. So just guys, literally imagine this for a second. We're literally putting in a market. And again, instead of buying data for an entire county, an entire city, we're drilling down to the exact zip codes, the exact submarkets that are actively functioning and deals are transpiring in right this very second.
All right, let's check this one out. So this house you can get for 150, and it's down the street from a house that was flipped that sold for 301. That's a comp. Now we would have to make an adjustment because we use a tolerance for square feet and bedrooms and bathrooms. So you would subtract out the value of a bedroom and a bathroom on this one if you couldn't get another bedroom and bathroom into it. But that's still probably only going to push it up to, it'll still be lower than 60% of the ARV. And we just bounced right into Buffalo and fell right into a deal. Like, I'm not sure who that person is that said they're in Buffalo, but I'm going to share that one with you. So you can go take action, Buffalo boy or girl.
I don't know if y'all seeing this, man. It's how easy it is to make money, y'all. I'm giving y'all the sauce today, man. I'm giving y'all the sauce. All right. Literally, you could do it this fast. Somebody said Buffalo, New York. Shout out to Buffalo. All right. Somebody said Buffalo, New York 3 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, and we found a deal in Buffalo that fast.
Yeah, this one's 55K. Calling all investors, flippers.
And let me say this too, real quick, Benson. Guys, I've put the link to sign up in the chat box. I'm gonna be fully transparent with y'all right now. Fully transparent. Look, eventually, a lot of people in your market are gonna have this piece of software. This is just the hard truth of what's happening right here. I want y'all to understand. Eventually, Benson's running a business. He's got to make money. All right. Eventually, a ton of investors, a ton of wholesalers are going to have access to this software. You can go pick it up and get it right now. You can do the annual plan or you can do $97 a month. I'm giving y'all the link to sign up. Here's the harsh reality. If you don't sign it up right now, if you don't sign up and you do what a lot of people do, you wait till everybody's talking about something. You wait till everybody's saying, hey, you should have this. Hey, you should use this. Some of y'all wait until you see 1,000 YouTube videos, 1,000 reels. Guys, by the time that starts to happen, because everybody's that will happen eventually. By the time that happens, you're going to be late to the game. Everybody's going to be competing over these same source deals that you can quickly deep dive into. Get in early, get in advance. Let's make some money as a group, man.
Mm-hmm. And I will say too, since we're talking about this, somebody said it. So use promo code charged up and two things can happen here. It'll take 20% off of your first month. Or if you go with the annual plan, we're going to lower the price down to $814 for the whole year. So that saves you like over $300. And we're going to give you a bunch of bonuses. So I've been building a buyer's list for over 8 years. It's got over 5,000 people on it. It's all broken out by state. It's all pre-skip traced. I'm going to give that to all the annual plan people. I've got a hedge fund list that has contact numbers and people on it. It's close to 500 hedge funds. I got a private money lender list I'm going to give you. I'm also going to give you grandfather pricing. So our pricing, Chris was talking about things changing. We're going to be changing our pricing structure. So we're going to grandfather you into 814 forever, as long as you don't want to be a privy user, because Chris has given you this opportunity here. And you'll get all those extra bonuses, and you get to come to our mastermind. Oh, and I forgot to mention too, I give you my course on how to do virtual REI, and you get to come to the coaching calls that I do every week in a small group fashion. All that for that on that annual plan for 814. Okay.
Guys, listen, I had to hold Benson hostage, all right, to get this done. I love y'all. Y'all know this. I love y'all. Don't get upset with me. All right. Don't be sending shots to Richmond, Virginia. All right. Mad at me. If you missed a boat on this, and then 6 months later, everybody's talking about it. A year later, everybody's talking about it. And you're like, damn, how much money did I just miss out on? How much money did I just miss out on? So look, the way my brain functions and works, I'm not thinking about the cost to pay for something. I'm thinking about how quickly something can make me money. If I could spend $100 and give myself a 30-day opportunity, if I've got the money and I can take the savings of $814, I'm going to take it. Right. But if I can spend $97 and give myself a shot to wake up tomorrow, go through the training videos and start making offers literally tomorrow using this software in combination with the skills and the stuff that I've taught you guys, that's what I'd be doing. If you're not in a position, look, if you're not in a position, you're not in a position. That's just how everything works, right? Get connected with somebody else in the group that is signing up, that is taking advantage. Maybe you're the person who can make some calls for them. All right, you guys, you know how we work together within the group. Let's not focus on if I can afford it or not. We got to break this cycle of these thoughts. It's not about whether you can afford it or not. It's, does this investment make sense where I can take advantage of it immediately and start producing money from it? Or if I'm not able to make that investment, who is that I can make it have a relationship with, so that I can go ahead and help work with them inside of their business and squad up with them and make some money together. Let's not get stuck in not taking action in the thought of not being able to pay for something. Because with that, we don't want that to be our self-limiting belief. All right.
Agreed. Not to mention, guys, like Chris just said, he got 2 properties under contract today doing what I'm showing you guys. So if you invest the money in the tool, it will find you deals. 100%. There'll be more deals that you guys can write offers on. I guarantee it. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to have some limiting beliefs and wondering, oh, should I send the offer out? I don't know what to do. You know, I'm scared I won't, be able to dispo it. Like, all that's all real stuff. But there will be no shortage of deals. And that's different from the off-market world. The off-market world has other challenges. You do have the shortage of deals, but here we have more than enough deals. Somebody asked about, what do you do with a deal once you find it? Well, you're going to have to write an offer on it. Okay. You're going to have to put a way into transfer control of that. So you're either going to put an assignment clause in that, if you can, in the state. In Philly, I think you're limited. So you might have to do a double close or use like an entity, but there's tons of ways to wholesale without doing assignments. Okay. And then you have to have a disposition strategy. So you want to make sure you got your buyers lined up before you start writing offers. So go and do that local market research. And we guys, we have lots of training here too, right? We do live training twice per week that you come to, and it's me that does the training. So we do live Q&As, and we talk about strategy, and we talk about all the different ways that you can leverage this and get deals done on the wholesale. But also, like this house that I'm sitting in, I actually intended on wholesaling it. But once I got here, I'm like, man, I bought this thing for 150 grand. And as a short-term rental, it'll cash flow like $1,500 a month. Well, I could get my money back that I would have wholesaled in 4 months. So in 4 months, I'm clear of what I would have done for a wholesale. And so you guys will start to have some of these sort of strategies too in your brain that once you got the deal at the discount, it's up to you what you do with it. You could turn it into you could wholesale it, you could do a short-term rental, you could fix and flip it. Many of these properties, you can actually do creative deal structure, seller finance, subject to. There's all kinds of things that you can do with these properties, but the key is getting them at a discount first. And then that opens up opportunities for you. So that was Buffalo, right? We found like a couple properties in next to no time. Let's look at Indy. So Chris, somebody was asking for the link again, Henry.
I got you. There you go. Guys, it's in the chat box. Look in the chat box.
Charged up.
Charged up is the coupon code. All right.
There you go. So here's a house. Again, just dropped right into Indy. 89 grand. It's a little ranch, little rambler. Come down into here, and it looks like we only have one house that says this thing's a deal at asking price. The next closest one is 140. And if we got it at if 140 is the ARV, then we're at 64%. That's a little too high, I think, for this market. So it doesn't mean it's not a deal. It just means it's not a deal at asking price, you guys. So what I would do is I would talk to my buyers and say, like, okay, if the ARV is 140, 120, and I need to be at 60%, then just do some simple math. Let's say the ARV is 120 times 0.6. I'm offering 72 on this thing. Right? So sometimes you find these amazing things at asking price. Sometimes you have to try to get a little bit of a discount. But if you got those fix and flips in the neighborhood, it makes it much easier to identify those opportunities. This house right here says great investment opportunity, right? This is, it's pretty beat up. Here's the comps again on this one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 investor comps. And one of them was flipped that we can identify. So the ARV in this one is 185. And that's only a 2-bedroom house. Ours is a 3-2. So I'm going to give this one to my Indianapolis guy in the chat. That's 3514 North Drexel Avenue. We have Michigan access, Alexis. We got the whole US. Now there's different kinds of data, but we've got direct to MLS data for all of Western Michigan. We're working on Detroit. But you can still look for deals in Detroit. It just won't be direct to MLS. But we've got Grand Rapids, we've got Lansing, and then Detroit. I think Ann Arbor's right there too. Ann Arbor and Detroit are coming soon. Those are the ones we're working on.
Yeah, and guys, this is what I want to make sure everybody grasps what I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm going to say it point blank. All right. How I need y'all to think, Alexis, I love you. All right. How I need y'all to think. Let's say that your market, they don't have coverage in. Who cares? Go to a market where they do have coverage. It's the same exact process steps for you. I need y'all to stop being married to markets. We're married to doing deals, not markets. We are married to doing deals. All the time I hear y'all like, oh, my market is this. I only do deals here. No, you do deals where deals are taking place. That's where you do deals. This software literally, so I think you said Western Michigan. So you do your other forms of marketing in Detroit and in that area. I'm assuming that's Eastern Michigan. And then go use this to work on Western Michigan or go into other pockets of the United States and work the process, work the model, use the JV process that we teach inside of Charged Up. Don't limit yourself by saying, oh, hey, what if it's not in my market? Look at it. Let's change how we keep looking at things. Look at it as, how can I use this to go into any market and make money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Masera was saying, so I can go into any market and put in an offer? Absolutely. Any market. Any market. But if you remember what I said earlier is you want to make sure you've got your boxes checked. And you want to make sure you're not putting the cart before the horse, right? You need a dispo strategy. If you want, if you're going to use an agent that represents you, who can be your eyes and ears and boots on the ground like my Nika does, then you need to do a little bit of research. You want to go ahead and build your buyers list and build rapport and learn their buy box and make sure that they know that they're going to pick up your phone when you have a good deal and you start to send it out, like they're picking up your call or they're answering your text because they know that you know what you're doing, or they know how to run comps and analyze deals and you understand their buy box. At that point, once you've got those people in your pocket, they're going to be solid for you. They're going to be reactive. And if they don't like your deal, they're going to tell you, and they're going to tell you why too. They're not just going to ghost you.
Yeah, and guys, look, we've made a 30-day money back guarantee on this.
Yep.
Being honest, man, it's a no-brainer. Sign up, go get it checked out. I've been using this to lock up deals. One thing that we haven't talked about, another way that I'm using this is to make seller finance offers on actively listed properties. All right. You can literally go in here, go click on public records, go click on mortgage history. Benson, if you could pull an address up for me, somebody give me an address. All right. So one that's free and clear. All right. Guys, I don't know how much easier I can make it for y'all, man. I'm always fighting for y'all and trying to make sure y'all have the best opportunity to win and be successful. This is it. Benson, all right, look, let's pull this one up. 3107 Normandy Drive. I don't know if it's free and clear or not, but we can still show what that would look like. All right. Let's pull that up.
It's in Texas.
Yeah. All right. So let's look. Public record. All right. Does it have a mortgage or not? All right, free and clear. So it's owned free and clear. So guys, look. So it's showing a mortgage on the property right now. All right. So if it's free and clear, it's free and clear. This is from
2001.
Yeah. So maybe it is free and clear. Or is this a different? It's a different address. All right. He's giving me a different zip. Cliff, what's the actual address, bro? It's the same address. All right. Same address, different zip. So let's put in the same address, but 46222. Are you guys going to give me a city? We're going to get a city on this? Or is it in McKinney as well?
Yeah, there's something weird with this one. It's not finding it.
He's saying it's in Indianapolis. Guys, got to give me a city, and state. City and state.
Is it maybe street or place or something like that?
Yeah, Cliff, come on, my guy. Give me a full address.
Oh, here we go. Normandy Road.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so you're literally going to go in here, click on public records. All right, there's our mortgage history right there. There's no mortgage. All right, let's assume this property was listed or not listed. But let's assume this property was listed. All right, with an agent, and I found it through the platform. I literally would just call the agent and then pitch them on a seller finance offer. Very, very easily, guys. I mean, this software is a game changer. Y'all know me. I don't get overly excited about software. Right? I never hard sell y'all anything. I'm not going to hard sell you this. But I'm telling you that I'm making a crazy amount of money using this thing right now. And I'm ramping up inside of my business to make even more with it because I have the awareness. I've been in business 13 years. Y'all know this. I have the awareness and I have the understanding of what it means to be early to market, to be first. And I understand that once everybody is on something, that profits start to get compressed. That's just the reality and nature of the beast. All right. So I would be on this ASAP if you can get on it. And I would be literally immediately taking advantage of this. You can create buyers list out of it. He showed earlier how you can literally create and download a buyers list directly from the software. You can create, Benson, doesn't it come with a certain amount of records per month as well?
Yeah, 10,000 downloads per month for free.
Guys, you get 10,000 downloadable records per month for free. All right. You can use this to create lists like Benson showed you earlier to find off-market deals. You can use it to find cash buyers quickly. All right. Yeah, look, sorry, you know the vibes, man. Slow feet don't eat, like I always tell y'all, man. Don't look, please don't hit me up in 6 months. Y'all know how some of y'all do me. Don't hit me up in 6 months. Benson ain't gonna want to hear it. I'm telling y'all, Benson ain't gonna try to hear it. All right. Don't hit me up in 6 months like, oh, Chris, coach, I wish I would have listened. Or you see all these people inside the group that are talking about how much money they're making from using it, and you just didn't sign up for some reason. Because in your head, you focused on the limiting beliefs, you focused on the things you think wouldn't work versus focusing on the ways in which it does and will work. You just have to make it work for you. Again, if it doesn't have coverage in your market, go to a market where it does have coverage to get paid, because you're going to be early on the tool, early on the software.
Oh yeah. We have one of our users, is one of Justin Colby's, or she's one of Justin Colby's students. And she wanted Houston, right? That's where she lives. And I went down, I was talking to her, and she's like, man, I really want Houston. I'm like, well, you can look for deals in Houston. It just isn't direct. And she's like, all right, I'll just do Dallas then. So she went to Dallas and started searching for deals because that's direct to MLS. And she got her first deal in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And in about 6 months, she's done over $200,000 in assignment fees, all 100% virtual, outside of her backyard, because it didn't have direct to MLS. And guess what? Now we have Houston now, and she's not doing Houston. And here's why. She told me that she was wasting time driving around and looking at houses. Because the houses were convenient and they were in her backyard, she felt like she had to go and look at each of them. And so it was holding her back, and she was wasting all of her free time driving around looking at homes, where once she actually got free of that and she was liberated from having to do that work, she started to scale and get more offers out and get higher numbers. So looking for houses in your own market, you guys, is likely holding you back. It's likely like tying your hands because you feel like you have to go look at them, and you don't. It's not going to help you identify a deal or not. Well, you know, if the house is falling over, or if the foundation's crumbling, yeah, that's great. But your agent can do that for you, right? So don't get tied to your market. It seriously can be a limiting factor. And I guarantee you there's other markets that are better than the one you're in.
110%, 110%. Benson, what do you say we do some Q&A, man?
Let's do it.
All right, let's jump into Q&A. Look, first question. All right, first question. I see this in the chat. We'll address the elephant in the room. Benson, I'll let you answer this because this is your thing. You created it. Does this replace PropStream? I'm gonna give my thoughts as well, but does this replace PropStream?
It depends on what you're using PropStream for. So if you're using PropStream for doing like marketing stuff, if you're texting, or if you're using the Driving for Dollars app, or if you're doing like mailers or something, then no, it won't replace it. But if you're using PropStream to run comps or analyze deals or pull lists, yeah. Now there's a couple lists we don't have yet, so I'll be very clear with you. I want to be upfront and transparent. If you're doing probates, tax sales, bankruptcies, or divorces, we don't have those yet. Okay, those 4 things. So it depends on what you're using it for. But here's the thing: PropStream doesn't have direct to MLS. They don't have the ability to do the reverse REI strategy. They don't have photos. They don't have a lot of stuff that we do. I honestly don't consider PropStream to be even a direct competitor. Like, our value proposition is so different. What I showed you tonight is so different than what PropStream even does. Like, a lot people have both.
That was gonna be my point. That was gonna be my point. To me, it's 2 different pieces of tech. If you're just using PropStream for comparables, then yeah, you could use this instead for just comparables. If you are getting a specific type of list from PropStream that you're utilizing and it's not found here, then yeah, maybe you'll need PropStream. But these things accomplish 2 completely different things, in my personal opinion. I think for the things that both softwares do, like comps and things of that nature, Privy does it easier, cleaner, and faster. All right. I can't get before and after pictures on PropStream. I can't drill down and easily navigate and understand exactly what market is going to work for me or not inside of PropStream. All right. But guys, go try it out. Go try it out. All right. Benson is standing behind his product. He's giving you a 30-day money back guarantee. All right. Pick it up and go through the training information and try it out. I think you'll find exactly what I found. And being transparent, when Benson first, this is how important it is to be early, by the way. Benson first told me about this software a year ago, literally a year ago. And when he told me about it, I'm like, ah, that sounds cool. And I didn't dig into it anymore. Right? Too much on my plate, focusing on this, focusing on that. Didn't dig into it anymore. I had somebody in Hands Off ask me about Privy, I think in February or something like that, I believe. All right. And I'm like, yeah, I remember talking to Benson. He's a cool guy. All right. Let me look at this thing, man. What the hell is this, he said it did all this and all that. Let me check it out. Within 2 minutes of checking it out, I'm like, shit, yeah, I missed the boat on that. I got to get on this ASAP. I started making offers using it that day. Literally that day. All right. And I think I texted Benson, like, all right, bro, like, my bad. Like, I apologize. Like, I definitely didn't see the light. Don't be me. Because here's the difference. It was a year ago for me, and I'm still early. A year later for y'all, just telling you the truth, not going to be so much. He's giving a 30-day money back guarantee. Pick it up. Go through some of the training information. All right, Benson, if you can send me this recording once we finish, I'll put it inside, charged up for you guys to check out and refer back to. But get it, use it, and then think for yourself. Say to yourself, hey, for my business, do I need both PropStream and Privy, or do I just need one of them? And then make that decision. But think about how you're using these things in your own business, and that's really going to answer that question for you guys. All right, I'm telling you guys how crazy this thing is, man.
Yeah, Dalen just said he's been using it for about a month now and is liking it so far.
Benson, look, remember what I said earlier. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all the play. Y'all know me. This is my commitment to y'all. I do this all the time. Some of y'all are going to, some people just operate this way. And I love y'all. Y'all know this. I'm not taking shots at anybody in the group. I love my students. How some people unfortunately think is I won't pull the trigger. I won't make a decision until somebody else tells me to do it. Until groups of people have done it, then I'll make the decision to do it. I'm telling y'all to be operating at a high level to make lots of money. You got to be quick. That's literally why I say slow feet don't eat. You got to make decisions. You got to go make things happen. You got to go figure it out. When you got somebody telling you, like myself, right? Like, what have I not told y'all about that works? You just go do it if you're in the position to be able to do it. But when you're thinking from a space of, well, let me just wait and see who else this works for first. I don't want to spend $100. Let me just wait and see if 10 other people inside the U say that this works. You're just getting later and later.
Yeah.
And guess what? It doesn't hurt the 5 or 10 people that already bought it because they're already in. They're already getting active. It literally only hurts you because you've delayed time that you could be making money. So jump in here, get active, y'all. Let's make this thing shake. Go ahead, Benson.
Couple answers for some questions. People are asking about the agent account. So we do have a different version of Privy for people who are licensed. So if you're a licensed person and you sign up, make sure you choose the agent option. There's a couple things that you get that are different. And I don't say this to hurt anybody's feelings here, but what happens is we can show the agents the private remarks that are in the that come from the MLS. We also give you the ability to automatically send deals to your clients. So you can go and you can send deals to your clients on auto drip. And also too, you can see the agent contact information and the office information in the CMA for the property.
Hey,
so
Benson, let's do this if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Dalen's one of my students, been a long time student. Dalen, can you come off mute? Can we let Dalen, let's bring him up real quick and let him unmute. And why don't you just talk about your experience with it and what you've been seeing?
Yeah, let me find him real quick and do this.
Another student, Robert Matthews. I've been using Privy for over a year. I can't imagine not having it. Guys, I mean, look, I don't bring y'all stuff that doesn't work. A lot of y'all, I came to y'all about charged up reply. I told y'all that it was the best thing smoking. I told y'all that you needed it in your business ASAP right away. And some of y'all didn't listen. Some of
Dalen,
y'all
are you able to
simply didn't
talk?
listen.
Yep. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Dalen, what's
sir.
good? What's good?
Hey, what's going on, Coach? How you doing, Benson?
What's
Good,
up?
Dalen.
Yeah, real quick. I'm not beating y'all up. KV, I see you. I'm not beating y'all up. I literally come to y'all. I don't come to y'all and tell y'all about every tool on the market. I'm not that guy. I don't do that. I come to y'all with the stuff that I'm using and the shit that works.
Mhm.
And some of y'all still be straddling the fence, like, I don't know. You don't know if you want to make money? Literally, I came to y'all with charged up reply. I'm like, look, this is what you need. This is how you need to market. This is how you need to text. This is how you need to send RVMs. This is how you need to cold call. Here's the structure to do it. And some of y'all still ain't go do it. And then you see all these people in the group making money around you, and you keep asking yourself, why am I not making any money? Because you're not doing what they're doing. Those people are following the play. Dalen, speak to your experience, bro.
Yo. So, man, you talk because actually Robert, who just said he'd been in the Privy for a year now, he introduced me to Privy, and I was exactly what you said, Coach. I was, hell bent on what I knew and was familiar with, which was prop stream. And I was like, man, the Privy looks cool, but I didn't take time to understand it because like I understand prop stream. I'm good where I'm at. And it wasn't until I took time to really, or he took time to walk me through what you can do with Privy and the ability to look at what Benson with the investor and showing the MLS deals and just getting a broader scope of your market. Well, I was really sold, and I actually went through there and was able to call buyers who ended up being buyers for some of the deals we're working on currently. And I was like, all right, I don't need it to be sold anymore. And we're actually at a point where we, are choosing, we chose to keep Privy over PropStream in our business. And it's been one of the best decisions we've made because it just helps us get a cleaner view, comp easier, quicker, more effectively, more efficiently. And it's just something that we've implemented in our business and I haven't looked back from. So 100% sold on it, been sold on it, and could highly recommend it to anybody who's on the fence about stepping in or stepping out of it for sure.
You know what I love about what Dalen just said? Because this is what I'm just being transparent, honest, and telling y'all. The phrase "I need it to be sold." I need y'all to, and look, I love y'all. I need y'all to start eliminating this thought process that you need to be sold something. You're already students. You're already in the group. You guys are already in the vibe. You're already in the community. You know how we rock out with each other. Slow feet do not eat. All right. You got to get active. You got to get intentional. Don't wait to be sold something, because if you're waiting to be sold, that means you're wasting time. I think Dalen would acknowledge that he wasted time waiting to be sold on using something that's obviously been immediately impactful to his business.
Facts.
Guys, we can't make these types of mistakes as business owners. We can't grow scale and create more revenue. Certainly not in a changing market. Certainly not in a changing economy. We can't do that. We have to grab revenue as quickly as possible right now, because this is musical chairs. I don't know if y'all following me right now. We're playing musical chairs right now. Here's one thing I know. I'm gonna make sure I got a fucking seat. I don't know about everybody else. I don't. I will have a seat when the music stops. And you can't be mad at nobody that got a seat when the music stops, because you had an opportunity also. But that takes making adjustments. That takes pivoting within your business. That takes, as business owners, having adjustments of perspective and how things work and function, because your job as a business owner solely is to drive and increase revenue at all times. All right. At all times. So take advantage of this. The coupon code is charged up. I don't know if y'all want me to tell y'all anything else, man. The software to me speaks for itself. All right. Dalen,
Thanks,
I appreciate
Dalen,
you
for the
jumping up,
comment, man. Appreciate that.
Yep, no doubt.
And you guys, by the way, too, like, you're probably thinking, oh, this, of course Benson can do it. He's one of the owners. He makes it look easy. Like, yeah, I'm in this thing all the time. However, we do training, so you're going to have lots of support. You're going to be able to come to the training sessions. If you take the annual plan, you get to come to my coaching calls, and you get my virtual real estate investing course for free. you get the buyer's list of 5,000 people. Like if you're scared about building a buyer's list, because I worried you with the disposition plan. Well, I'm going to give you one with 5,000 people on it. It's already pre-skip trace. You think the hedge funds aren't buying right now? They are buying. I got that 500 person or 500 hedge fund list as well. I'm going to give you guys. And the 30-day money back guarantee is on both plans. Both plans. And I think somebody asked about if you start with the 97, can I upgrade later? You can always upgrade to the annual, but it won't be this special. This special is going to end. It only goes to the end of the month, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a few days to think about it. Talk to your significant other, talk to your business partner, mull it over. But I guarantee you, you'll be happy you made that decision, and that's what the guarantee is for. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully that was fun and a little bit entertaining.
Hey, Vincent, real quick, are you able to see commercial properties on this?
Oh, good question. No commercial properties, but we have multifamily. So, for example, let's say I wanted, let's do multifamily. So let's say we want off-market multifamily deals. Now with MLS, you guys well know that like most of the time, like right up to about 4 or 5 units is where agents start to limit putting multifamily properties on the MLS. At that point, they typically list them in like a Crexi or a LoopNet or a CoStar. And they don't play well with others, so they don't share data. So for on market, you're going to be right around there. Now, are there 20 unit on market properties in Privy? Yeah, but it's the agent who decides where to put them. It isn't a limitation of our system. If the agent wants to put a 20 unit apartment building in Privy, we'll have it. If you want, 10, let's say 5 unit plus off market, we'll have those in Privy. So you just come down here, you just go into the units and you put the minimum number of units you want. And we want sold off market multifamily properties. This shows us those properties. Okay, this is a 5 unit. If we zoom out here, you start to see more of those. There's a lot more here on the north side. So those are all multifamily properties greater than 5 units. This one, look at that one. That's a 12 unit building. That was an on market deal. So for sure. And sometimes people call this commercial, but what we don't have is like retail. We don't have storage. We don't have office buildings, stuff like that.
Yeah, like Vincent just said, guys, that type of information is going to be on things like LoopNet, CoStar, and the data licenses I've had them before, guys. Listen, the data licenses for those software, they are astronomically expensive. All right. And you have to have a special skill set to work and wholesale those size properties anyway. Because of the tide changing in the market, there's so many deals available literally right now to do and make profits on these types of deals. That's the spot to focus. All right, that's the spot to focus, guys. The bonuses are on the annual plan. All right, if you go to the link that I posted, I'll post it again. If you go to the link that I posted and get signed up using the coupon code charged up, the annual plan is $814, right, Vincent? $814. All right.
Yeah, hold on one second, Chris. We're hearing. Oh, some people are saying their mics went out, but KV is saying you can hear us.
If you can hear us, put a 1 in the chat, guys. Let me know. Can y'all hear us?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Right. You're gonna get the monthly training on either plan. All right, Benson, is that correct?
Yep,
You get the plan. You get the training on either plan. Guys, if enough of y'all are signed up on this thing, I'm gonna hold Benson hostage and get him to come in and charged up once a month. All right. And do trainings with us in the group. We'll hang out. We'll make some calls to sellers. We'll make some calls to agents and make some offers through agents right inside of, and I'm only going to do this, by the way, to be super clear. This is only going to be for people that are signed up under charged up. All right. When we do these, when I hit Benson up and say, hey, I want to do a specialized training, I'm feeling good. All right. I want to get on the phone and make some calls today. I want to talk to some sellers today, talk to some agents today. It's going to be for the people that are signed up with the coupon code charged up. All right. You don't need an app to use it. It's mobile friendly. You can literally go to the website, April, and you can literally just go in and get signed in right from your phone. All right. It's not hard to use. So guys, $814 for the annual plan. That pricing, or this pricing in general, is only going to be running through the end of the month. So, you know, what, 6 or 7 more days. All right,
Yep.
you guys do what you want with that. All right.
And don't forget the grandfathered part of it, you guys. We seriously are getting ready to change that pricing. One of the things that's coming, if you get on the annual plan, and I'm not sure if you guys are there yet, but we're launching we're calling it the long-term rental feature. So you're going to be able to get into Privy and find all the long-term rentals that are out there, and then you're going to be able to search for properties based off of cap rates, cash on cash return, gross yield. We're adding a huge rental data set into Privy. Right after that, we're going to be launching a short-term rental data set. We're partnering up with AirDNA. If you guys have ever heard of AirDNA,
Love it.
AirDNA data is going to be in Privy. And so you'll be able to go and use that too. So if you get on that annual plan, you're going to get those 2 new features for free. And I know we're all here to build a portfolio. You probably don't want to be hustling your whole life doing transactional processes for just wholesale. Wholesale is great, but don't we want passive income too? Don't we want a portfolio that we can, give to our kids when we die 80 years from now?
100%. Guys, I talk to so many software owners. Everybody all the time is saying, Chris, do you want to promote this? Chris, do you want to do that? And I'm like, I almost put Benson in that box, right? I almost put Benson in that box. I got literally people hit me up every week, multiple people a week. Hey, I got this. Hey, I got that. Hey, you want to check it out? Hey, do you want to promote it? I only bring y'all the stuff that works. All right. Benson knows how long it took for me to get him on this call, right? I only bring y'all the stuff that works. I told Benson, I'm like, I got to check it out myself, man. I got to check it out myself. I got to work through it myself, see how it works before I can just let you come in the group. Here's the thing that I've seen about Privy and Benson in all these conversations with all these other software owners. And he's not the only one. There's a lot of software owners that are great out there. But I can tell, and I said this to Benson when I saw you at our mastermind in Florida the other week, right? What I can say about Benson and his team is I'm seeing people that are consistently putting money back into their software to improve it and make it better, right? You look, this is somebody in a company you want to get in alignment with, because if these are the features now and the software is still early, imagine what they're going to be later. What I need y'all to understand about building things, right? Whether it's building Charged Up, building Privy, or any of this type of stuff, it takes a lot of money to do it, more money than most people even are aware of. And you aren't able to do a lot of things until your user base increases and more revenue is coming in. So let's support the software. Let's support what's being created here. Let's get signed up and let's start making some money together, man. Like I said, if you are signed up, I'm going to be doing specialized classes only for people that are signed up through Charged Up. I'm going to be doing specialized classes where we'll be able to hang out, use this software and make deals. I love all of y'all, but look, we only going to have people in the classes actually got the software, actually working it, making it happen.
Those videos and the onboarding is how to build a buyer's list. But I want to show you right here real quick. So right here at the top, you click this button that says deals. You click the button that says fix and flip. It plots on the map these little blue bubbles, and you're going to go to where the biggest bubbles are at.
That's where fix and flippers are at, guys.
Yep, this is where they're at. So right in here, I click right here in Cedar Crest. It's going to drill down. And then once it gets close enough, this is going to break up into the individual properties. So if I want fix and flip buyers, I'm just going to circle this. Let's just say I want to stay right here in this kind of little niche. If I want fix and flip buyers, then I'm going to go in and just click download. And it's going to download 91 properties. And attached to those 91 properties are the buyers that flipped those. If I want absentee owner buyers, then I'm going to switch it over to the filter here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to choose absentee owners. I'm going to turn off this middle section. That doesn't apply when we're looking for off-market deals. And then I'm going to choose the time. I'm going to extend the timeline out. It doesn't matter the date range, all that. I just want all the absentee owners in this high investor activity zone. So now this is going to give me all the absentee owners. Every one of these people are a landlord. So there's 2 kinds of buyers. Landlords will pay a higher percentage of ARV. And they got way different criteria. Situation is more about, well, it's not more about, it's cash flow, but they all want a discount too, right? They still want to get properties at a discount, but they might go up to 90% of the ARV if it's cash flowing enough.
Yeah.
So that's how simple it is. I showed you how to pull 2 buyers list right there in a minute or 2.
Absolutely insane. Guys, if you've already picked this up, if you already purchased this tonight and are locked in, ready to go, because I'm going to train and I want to do a training and a call on this either this week or this weekend, or maybe next Monday. I'll figure it out, but very, very soon. All right. Give me a 1 or 2 in the chat box and let me know that you've actually gotten signed up. Somebody let me know who's actually gotten signed up on this thing. Let me know. Let me know.
Awesome.
Let me know. All right. I love it. I love it.
LaDonna's already on the level.
Shout out to LaDonna. Shout out to LaDonna. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. I see you guys. I see you guys. I'm glad that you guys are taking action and jumping in. All right. Let's finish up these questions. All right. Look, it's playoff basketball on here tonight.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Who you got? Who you going for?
I got Suns later. That's the game I want to see. I got Suns later. I want to see them kind of knock it out, man, and get it done.
I think it's going to be the Suns and the Nuggets.
Yeah, Nuggets. That game the other night was crazy with the Nuggets, man.
Oh, the back and forth, like the last.
Yeah, it was.
I can't believe, I mean, there was like a 12-point deficit, and the Nuggets came back with like a 10-point run. And they still lost in overtime, but still, it was a good game.
Great game, man. One of the best games so far. 100%. How long before you'll be up and running in Michigan? They're already in most of Michigan. All right. There's just pockets of Michigan they're not in. But like I said, I'm seeing and having conversations with Benson. I'm seeing where they're investing in the data and information every day. If they're not in the exact market that you want to be in at the moment, look, guys, jump into another market with this thing, make some offers, and do the handoff method that we teach inside the program. All right. Reg, you know the vibes, man. So this is a good question because I think people are confused on this. Wait, so is this only MLS data, but just nationwide, no public data information?
No, we got all the public data too. It's both. The public data is nationwide. We've got third-party MLS nationwide. It's basically like prop stream level data nationwide. And then we put direct to MLS data on top of it. We put on top of it. So right here, you can see owner information, mortgage info, if there is a mortgage, property history. This is something you can't get with public record, but we show the listing prices, price reduction, status changes, tax assessed info. So yeah, we got that. And then also the off-market stuff, you guys. So if you joined us late, we have all these off-market opportunities too.
I love it. I love it. Look, I know some of you guys purchased early, right, when I dropped the link and didn't use the coupon code. I'll get with Benson after the call. We'll get that fleshed out, get you under charged up so you're in good shape and good to go.
And I got the replay. I'll give it to you guys too, right? So like if you want to show this with your business partner, or maybe you got your significant other and you got to get them on board too, I'll get you guys the replay so you can watch that. And then all the deal details, and Chris will likely send that out to you guys.
Hey, E-Ray, if you keep missing coaching calls too, man, and hands off, I'm gonna come find you, bro. I'm just letting you know. All right, I'm just letting you know in front of everybody. All right, I'll pull up on you in Delaware, bro. All right. Let's see. All right, so we addressed that. We talked about prop stream. We talked about that. Everybody's asking if this will replace prop stream. All right, let's see. Will you ever have linked property data and total market value data?
Yeah, I think linked property is something that is in the development roadmap. That's something that's pretty important that we're going to be doing for buyers, but also for agents. That's one of the things that we're going to be doing down the road is an agent feature where you can say, show me every agent that represented 10 fix and flippers in this market. And then we'll be able to show you the linked properties to agents as well. Maybe you want to buy an Airbnb and you don't want to work with just a normal agent. You may say, show me every agent that helps somebody find an Airbnb. So we're working on that. Now, as far as the, what was the second piece of that question, Chris? I blanked it.
Oh, will they have linked property data and total market value data?
no total market value. I'm not sure what that means. Are you thinking like a Zestimate kind of thing? Is that what that means? Total, like
Yeah,
you're
I'm,
looking
I'm not.
for,
I'm not sure what you mean by that, Teresa. I think Teresa, I think's got a lot of those college degrees and stuff. I don't have them. All right. Shout out to
she's
Teresa.
using
Yeah,
the
yeah,
big
yeah.
words.
Yeah, she might know some stuff I don't know about.
Yeah.
Am I giving offers to agents, Kevin? Absolutely, bro. 110%. If agents have properties actively listed on MLS and I can pull that data from Privy, I'm 110% making offers. Yeah, I'm 110% making offers. There's no reason to not to. All right. Look, and when I do some trainings on this in the next few days or whenever it is, I'll break that down for y'all that are signed up, undercharged up, exactly how I'm doing that and making those MLS offers. But look, it's easy, man. Like my 13-year-old daughter could probably do it. Like this is something that you guys can train up a VA to do for you very, very easily. Everything that was covered tonight and have it literally hands off inside your business. You can
Yep.
literally get a deal under contract, ping your VA, say, hey, I got a deal in this locality. Go download us a buyer's list so I can go get it skip traced and we can go dispo this deal. And they can literally do that in less than 5 minutes. All right. Let's keep rolling. Let's see. How long do we have to sign up before the deal goes away? All right. How long do we have to sign up before the deal goes away?
End of the month. So you got a few days here before it's up.
Yeah, you got a few days. I'll remind you guys about it. All right, but you got a few days on that.
Oh, Henry got in too.
All
Thanks
right.
for the heads up, Henry. Sorry you had some issues, bro.
Yeah, there we go. There we go, June. Good to see you doing your thing and getting signed up, my brother. Faith, signing up for the full year, would you still get the 30-day? It's not 30-day free trials, it's 30-day money back guarantee. All right, 30-day money back guarantee. All right. Look, spend some money, check it out. Because you're not gonna not like it.
Yeah, you're
That's
gonna
why
love
that's
it.
why
And
he's
we're gonna
giving us
support you too. Like Chris is
yeah,
already planning additional training for this.
100%. All right. So go ahead and take advantage of it, Faith.
Yeah, Lazarus, yeah. Well, the assignment contract doesn't have anything to do with the agent. That's between you and your buyer. But when you write the offer, Lazarus, you will be using their contract, the state approved contract,
Correct.
right? You
Guys,
just need to have that assignment clause in there and or what was it, and or assigns or or
yeah, indoor
approved.
signs. Yeah, guys, let's stop making it confusing about working with agents. If you're working with an agent, by default, just use a state approved realtor contract. If you don't have one, you can literally just ask them for a contract or ask them to write up the contract.
Yeah, they do it for you.
Yeah, they'll write up the contract for you if you're dealing with an agent. If you can get them to put and or signs in the buyer name, okay, then you can make the contract assignable. Oftentimes, and as I teach and suggest, oftentimes agents aren't happy with wholesalers. When they see and or signs, they're going to feel like or know that you're trying to wholesale the deal. So by default, for me and my business, like I teach you guys as students, plan to just do a double close if you don't personally know that agent. Just plan to do a double close, get it under contract within your LLC, okay? And then plan to do a double close and get paid. If you're working direct to seller, then use the purchase agreements that are inside the course, use the assignment agreements that are inside the course, and you can do a regular assignment or make the decision on if you want to do a double close or not. But again, by default, if it's listed, use a state approved realtor contract. All right.
Yep.
Is there any way to comp land in the near future?
Likely not. Near future for me is a year out.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is tech, right? So it's
Yeah,
near future could mean anything.
that's near future for me. Land is coming. It's just it's not on the immediate roadmap. We're going long-term rental, short-term rental, then agent features for finding agents.
There you
So
go.
that'll take us through the end of the year.
Yeah, but there's another easy example as to why to have PropStream also.
Yeah.
All right. You can comp land easily on PropStream. And it's not difficult. All right. And guys, remember what I've told you guys about comping land before. Vincent might need me to do a training for his user base. All right. Guys, you can comp land with this truly. All right. I've taught you guys, I'm a builder. All right. Benson may not know that. I'm a home builder. I've taught you guys how to do this before easily. find the renovated comps inside the market, find the new construction comps of already built houses in the market. You can drill down into the geographic location, figure out what top of market properties are selling for, take 10 to 15% of the ARV, meaning the sold price of the newly built home or the renovated home. Your offer for the lot is going to be 10 to 15% of that amount. And you're going to sell it to a builder for 20 to 30% of the ARV of the house that could go on the lot. If you're one of my students, there's literally videos in the course and in the vault, y'all, where I break down this exact process and strategy where it comes to making offers on land. So in reality, yes, you could use this to make offers on land. You just can't see direct land sales or lot sales with the software. All right. Let's see.
Rashetta, it's okay. We got you. You're with us.
Yeah, Rashetta, it's all good. You look, come on, Rashetta, you cool. You cool. You cool.
Yeah, let's just go close a deal.
There you go. Go close the deal. That's all you got to do. That's all the questions I got on my side. All right, that are in the loop. Shout out to everybody that got signed up. Everybody's ready to rock and roll on this thing.
I'm excited to work with you. You guys are like excited. There's so much like, I feel the excitement from the chat. Typically the chat's just like dull and boring and no lightning bolts. Like typically it's just like boring. So you guys, you brought the energy tonight. I really appreciate all of you coming and taking part in the good questions and really trusting that we're going to get your back on the software. Like I'm literally, I'll just hand you your money back if you don't like it or you don't like me. Maybe you come to one of my trainings, you're like, I don't like this Benson dude. He's kind of shady. And you want to quit? That's okay.
Take your money back. I know what I got. All right, Vincent.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I tell you what, I work hard for you guys. So I will bust my butt to make sure that you guys know what you're using, that you got support. We've got a great support team that answers questions and answers chats and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just excited to be working with you guys, and I appreciate you having me, Chris. This was a lot of fun. Really appreciate you guys taking the time.
Yeah, I love it. All right, last question, and we're out of here. What's can you see pre-foreclosures?
Oh yeah.
All right, you want to show how to do that real quick?
Yeah, pre-foreclosures. So it depends on the market. They call them either foreclosures or pre-foreclosures, right? Some people will get this foreclosure one mixed up with like REOs, real estate owned or bank owned properties.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's just in one market they call it pre-foreclosures, another market they call it foreclosures. So you just choose what you're looking for. And there's the pre-foreclosures. These are houses that have where a notice of election and demand or a notice of default was filed, but it hasn't gone back to the bank yet. So yes. And we give you, and you can download these, there's 36 of them, but we give you 10,000 per month. Like there's way more leads here than you guys would even want to try to manage.
I love it. I love it. Guys, this is what I need y'all to do, man. This is Benson's first time chopping it up with the U family. All right. I was talking to Jess on his team. Shout out to Jess. Jess, I said, Jess, we doing this. Look, she sent me respectfully, Benson. This is how we get down here. She sent me a training call that y'all did, all right, with somebody else. Said, hey, this is usually how it goes. I clicked on it. I looked at it and I said, we don't do it like that over here. All right. We don't do it like that. We don't do it like that at the U. We like to have a good time. We do shit charged up style over here. Guys, Benson took some time out tonight. All right. Y'all know I'm always going to take time out for y'all. Benson took some time out tonight to come and hang out with y'all. All right. Took his time to come do this. All right. When I reach out to Privy, when I'm talking to Benson and his team, when I'm getting a training call, because I've done training calls with Benson on this thing before. It's not Benson's team that's doing the training call. It's the guy. He owns it. It's him doing the training call. That tells me, just like myself, Benson is a guy, just like I come in here and jump in when I can to do trainings with y'all as much as possible. He's the same. I need to see the chat lit up. I need to see some lightning bolts, some fire flame emojis. Can we please show Benson some love from coming and hang out with the U family and bringing this crazy piece of software and giving us an opportunity to check it out? Can we do that for him, please? I love it. I love it. I love it. Show him some love, Vincent. I appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you sincerely, man. Look, guys, I gave you the link. You got to the end of the month. I'll remind y'all inside the group over the next couple of days. I'll set up a special training on how to use this thing as well. Look, either you're going to be early to the game or you're going to be late. I'm already in early. Bunch of the people here in the U family are already in here early. Like I always tell y'all, man, the thing about straddling the fence, if you straddle that thing long enough, eventually shit going to start to hurt. All right, make a decision. Let's make some things happen. Let's get it done. Benson, much appreciated. If you don't have anything else, man, you can close us out.